Hello, and welcome to episode 35 of the Read Between podcast, the improvised storytelling podcast where we take the internet's weirdest suggestions and turn them into weird, wacky, and crazy stories through the power of improv. I'm one of your co-hosts, Evan.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk now. I'm your other co-host, Lynn. I was looking at articles. I'm sorry.
Lynn.
We'll keep it in.
No, we'll keep it in, of course. This is the start of the episode. This is the start of episode 35. We're 35 years old. We're reaching we're almost near a midlife crisis, so this kind of makes sense.
So do I get a Porsche yet?
No, but you can run for president at this point. This podcast can run for president. Read Between 2020.
Oh my God, let's do it.
I mean, let's run through the requirements. This podcast is a U.S. citizen. It was made in the U.S.
Yes.
This podcast is 30.
Made and conceived in the
This
US.
podcast is 35.
Yes.
Yep. This is podcast 35. And yeah, I think
that's it.
That's really it.
It's like the only two.
Yeah.
Because like it's not required in the U.S. Like you don't need to.
You don't need to have like a government background for it.
No, you don't need it. That's what I was gonna say. You don't need like a government or a military background.
Because if Oprah or The Rock can do it, our podcast can do it.
Did Oprah really try and run?
There's been talk of her running in 2020.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No,
I think she's good where she's at.
Same with The Rock. No, just stick to movies.
Yeah, he doesn't need it either.
No.
I know that Arnold Schwarzenegger wanted to run for president.
Yeah, I mean after being governor of California for so long.
Yeah, but they were like, "You're not a U.S. citizen."
Yeah,
so.
you can't do it. But
So he was like, "What the fuck?" I do remember that.
Yes, but yes, we are at episode 35. Man, I can't believe we're already here. We're already at episode 35.
It's almost been. We're what, like
we're
2
like
weeks away from being a year?
I think 3 weeks. 3 weeks away from actually 2 weeks away from our 1 year.
It's 2. I think
Yeah.
it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, because this episode is releasing on
Monday.
on October 1st,
Yes.
right?
October 1st.
Yes, on October 1st. So 2 weeks technically from today will be our 1 year show, basically. So, gosh, time flies.
Anniversary.
Time flies when we're having fun on this podcast. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had a lot of growth in this past year, so we really appreciate those of you who have stuck around and listened to the episodes and shared them with your friends. It's really been an awesome year doing this show. We're planning a whole big fun thing. I think next week's episode we're going to have the return of the Wonder Twin, Emily Williamson. She's going to be back for a brand new episode next Monday. That'll be fun.
I'm very excited.
Yes, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Because it's the twins' birthday episode, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because our birthday is on October 12th, and we'll be putting that out the week of our birthday. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my birthday gift to the two of you.
Yes, recording a podcast with us.
Yeah, that's my birthday gift.
That's a nice gift of you. That's very nice.
Yeah,
of you.
thanks. I thought of it myself.
Totally your thought.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Actually, in all fairness, that episode was my thought.
Yes, it was.
That was my brainchild.
Yes, it was.
So
You're welcome.
I'm going to reiterate that's my gift to you this year.
But we're very excited for that. Very excited for the 1 year. And we're excited to be here today. We're excited to be here, tell you a couple stories, do some goofs, make some laughs, have some fun. So for those of you who haven't listened to the show before or haven't listened in a while, what we're going to do in the first half of the episode here is Lynn is going to go to the subreddit on Reddit called Not the Onion, which has a bunch of stories and headlines that you think would be fake because you think they're so crazy that you think they'd be on the Onion, but they're actually real. So Lynn's going to go through, pick a few, and then we'll choose one to tell the story behind. So Lynn, what do you got for us today?
So I have a theme for this week.
Ooh, what's the theme?
Smoky.
Smoky.
So,
interesting.
First article.
Uh-huh.
Cannabis dispensary worker uses bong to fight off bandits.
Oh, I think I've seen the video from this.
Yes.
Yeah. That dude just like wailed around with the bong in his hand.
Mm-hmm. I lost my other two articles, but I do remember them.
Uh-huh.
So the one, church that a firefighter was going to get married in burst into flames.
Oh, Jesus. Well, wait, while he was there or before the ceremony started?
He was supposed to be married there, so it was before the ceremony. Okay. I assume like months before or something, even weeks or days.
Interesting.
But yeah, he was supposed to get married there and it burst into flames.
Was he the one that put it out?
I would assume.
Maybe we'll have to find out.
And then the third one, I believe this happened today, and that's why it was either today or yesterday. It was really, really recent because I saw it on MSN.com.
Again, you and MSN.
Man, I don't know why, but I saw it on MSN.com and I fucking died. there was a smash and grab burglary at a pot dispensary. Can't talk at the moment. And all the burglars grabbed were bags and bags of oregano.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
So this was like a day or two ago.
Wow, yeah,
those are my 3 articles.
Yeah. So
hope you liked my
no, that was
themed,
that was a good theme. There's a good theme this week.
My smoky themed articles.
I kind of like the firefighter with his wedding venue burning to the ground, but I also think the smash and grab with the oregano is actually pretty funny. I think that could be fun. What do you like?
I mean, the oregano thing is not totally crazy to me. I remember showing a picture, or I was on Tumblr or something. This was when I was an angsty teen, but I was on Tumblr and I was scrolling through something, and I was with my friend, and she looked over and she was like, "So why does someone like have brownie mix and like ingredients for brownies and then just a giant thing of oregano?" And I just looked at her. And it was like a 1, 2, 3 moment. She's like, "Oh, it's weed." And I'm like, "Yes, it's weed. They're making pot brownies." So
I thought they were just Italian brownies.
There's also another story I like to tell. There was a kid that I graduated with who mistaked marijuana. He mistaked, poison ivy for marijuana and smoked poison ivy.
What does that do to you?
You just break out everywhere all over your face. And he had like
I'm already itching just thinking about it.
The rash went away, but he had like scars and acne all over his face for the rest of his life.
God.
And again, that is not necessarily an uncommon story. So that's all I'm going to say is like the oregano thing, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I've heard it before.
Yeah.
I've heard worse. But just that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't make the decision. You make the decision on this one.
You know what? I think we should go with that smash and grab oregano story. Because I think I have an idea of where that could go.
All right. Well, then why don't you kick us off?
Yeah. So our story opens with 3 brothers. These 3 brothers, are all from the same family. That makes no shit. They're all from the same family.
What were you smoking? You had some oregano?
I had some poison ivy, actually. That's why I mentioned it. No. These 3 brothers were all from an Italian family.
Okay.
The
same Italian family, or like what's?
Shut up.
What's going on there?
So these 3 brothers, these 3 Italian brothers,
yes.
They had opened a pizza shop together.
Oh, Mamma Mia!
Yeah, 3 Brothers Pizza. The slogan, Mamma Mia, of course.
I just said it to say it, but yeah, if you want to incorporate it.
3 Brothers Pizza, once it opened, because it opened in this small town in Illinois. They opened this, this pizzeria.
What was the name of the town?
It was like Pizza Town, Illinois.
Pizza Town, Illinois.
Which made it even more interesting for a pizza place to be put in Pizza Town. But the interesting thing about Pizza Town was there were no pizza places until 3 Brothers Pizza came into town.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Go figure.
That's crazy.
So 3 Brothers Pizza opened to much surprise and much fanfare because the community of Pizza Town was eagerly awaiting the arrival of their first pizza place. And when 3 Brothers opened, 3 Brothers Pizza was a smashing success. They had lines out the door every day for months. But then as business started to grow and as other competitors realized, oh, why aren't we selling our pizza in Pizza Town? Other competitors moved in. You had the Domino's.
Gross.
You had the Pizza Hut.
Gross.
You had the Papa John's. You
Nasty.
had the Little Caesars.
Oh.
All of those moved in.
All of them are gross.
Yeah, and they all moved in on the territory, and they started coming in really close to where 3 Brothers Pizza was, and they started losing business because 3 Brothers Pizza was really focused on that like really home style pizza, that home style, homegrown Italian style Neapolitan pizza. But when people realized, oh, we can get this for cheaper, then they just started going to the other places.
Right.
And the 3 brothers were frustrated because they had been making so much money, they'd been doing so well, but then literally overnight, all of their business was gone.
They were really close when this started, but Larry, Moe, and Curly just lost their way.
Their nicknames were Gino, Dino, and Bino.
Yeah, because that's the nicknames you get from Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Well, no, they're Italian, so.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
My name ends in O. Lino.
No, your name doesn't. It doesn't.
But I'm Italian.
No.
No?
Your name does not end in O. I've seen your driver's license.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Apparently all names end in Italian. O's.
All names end in Italian.
Yeah. Well, that's just as good as your...
Evan, Lynn, Bob.
I will just say, you were the one earlier that said that these three brothers all came from the same family. So fuck you.
Anyway.
I don't even know where I was.
You were talking about
Bingo, and Bongo.
No, it's Larry, Moe, and Curly. Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Yes.
They started fighting a lot, which was really like unusual. They were not ones to fight with one another. They very much cherished their relationship
because they all grew up in the same family.
Yeah, Evan.
That was my own joke.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So did they have the same mom and dad?
Yeah. Two of them have the same mom.
But I thought they all came from the same.
They all came from the same dad.
But
one of them had a different mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you said they all came from the same family.
Technically, it's the same family.
Is that really what it's categorized?
I don't know. We're getting off base. We need to.
Well, you have half brothers and sisters.
Yes, I do. So it is technically separate family. They're all from the same mom and dad.
But wait a minute.
I got the birth certificates mixed up.
You just said they all came from the same mom and dad.
I got my family tree all mixed up.
Oh my god.
So what happened when the brothers got upset?
Yes.
It's been a long week.
Continue on with your same family brothers.
So when they started fighting, the business really took a tumble because nobody wanted to work. Larry, who ran the kitchen, was just so frustrated and pissed off. He didn't want to cook anything. He just, threw his hands up and walked out, every other day. He was just like, I'm done with this shit. I can't deal with it.
Mo was he was constantly nervous. He was the finance dude.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the one that kept the books running and all of that. And he just constantly was like, oh my God, I wake up and I realize that we're past due on our rent. And I freak out. And Curly was like the PR. And so all he was doing was getting high.
Yeah, he was the marketing guy.
Just getting high because there was nothing to market.
So then one day they realized they were just sitting down, brothers only meeting and just thinking to themselves, what can we do?
They called them bombs.
Brothers only. Boys, in this bomb today, I want to talk about...
Then that's when Curly goes, you mean bong? And he brings out his bong.
No, Curly, save that.
He just starts taking a big old rip.
Which actually leads into this. So they're sitting there and they're like, we need to think of ways to actually, grow this business. We've got a lot of competition in the area. We need to find a way to make ourselves stand out from the rest of the competition.
Yes.
And then Curly, in his infinite wisdom, as he comes out of the bong, maybe we should just put weed in the pizza.
Or replace the oregano. No one notices it
anyway. Just fucking put a whole bunch in the pizza.
And that's when Larry goes, Curly, exhale, exhale, exhale. You only hold it for 5 seconds.
And then he takes another hit. He's just...
No. Exhale, exhale, exhale.
Curly doesn't know how to smoke.
You're only... You just... Okay.
Yeah.
That's why he's...
But they thought to themselves, weed cuisine is actually becoming...
Weed cuisine.
No, seriously. It's becoming quite the... quite the rage.
They could be the Chef Boyardee of weed cuisine.
Chef Boyardee.
Hey! Chef Boys are weeds.
That was bad.
You mean it was
no,
bad?
That was like that. No, it was more so funny that it was bad
good.
that I couldn't stop laughing. So they decided, okay, well, we need to take this slow. We need to, not tell people about it and just kind of test run it and see what people think when we actually do it.
And that's when Curly left the bomb for 2 seconds, came back with a pizza and was like, all right, test it out, boys.
And they're like, what did you do? And then they look
Prepared one word ahead.
They look at
that weed nugget.
They look at it, and there's just a weed nugget in the center of each piece of pizza. You just cut up a pizza into slices and put a weed nugget in the center of each slice.
And that's when
they're like, Curly, we can't do that.
They were like, Curly, get your grinder. Grind the shit out of that. That's nasty.
And then mix it into the sauce.
He was like, I'll do another pizza. Hold on.
So he went in the back. He took his grinder, grind up the weed, and then mix it in with the sauce, to give it a little bit, more herby flavor,
That's one earthy fucking pizza, let me tell you.
That's going to be an earthy pizza. So they do it. They spread the sauce on, puts the cheese, throws in the oven. 10 minutes later, brings it out. He's like, all right, boys, try this thing out. They smell it, and it smells actually really good.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
It could just be the THC in the air that's like causing them to, to be a little hypnotized by it. But
have you ever smoked a weed, Evan?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not, but I watched enough Vice to know.
Okay. Oh, look at this boy educated.
I've watched enough Vice to know enough about weed.
So cute.
But yeah,
you
so
little narc.
Shut up. So anyway, so they bring the pizza out. They taste it. It actually tastes really good. That little bit of weed in the tomato sauce takes your taste buds to a different dimension, and then takes your mind to a different dimension, because you get pretty fucked up.
Yeah, whoever is Curly's supplier, some good shit.
Yeah. So after they taste it, they're like, Curly, this is amazing. Where are you getting this from? And he's like, yeah, there's a dispensary down the road that's like, they got all kinds of weed. They got weed. They've got weed that literally is like tastes like tomato sauce. Because they're just adding all.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're doing all sorts of weird shit with weed now anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's in sodas.
Yeah. So they're like, we need to go there, but they look at each other. Well, Mo looks at everybody. He's like, we don't have any money. We've run out of money. We've lost all the money. We can't, afford to keep the place open any longer. And
that's when Curly steps in and he goes, dude, just do what I've been doing. Smash and grab. And he holds up his bong as like a weapon.
Wow, that actually ties into the other story.
I know.
So they're like, all right, fine, but we have to go through this very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Larry's very methodical. Larry is the methodical one of the three. He really has everything in his mind, that everything has to be planned out. So they sit for like 2 days. They close the restaurant, which is, in hindsight, it's a terrible idea, because you never close a restaurant and lose out on business. But they close the restaurant for 2 days. They formulate their grand plan to go, and it's like this very elaborate plan. Mm-hmm. It's basically Mission Impossible style smash and grab of weed from this weed dispensary up the road.
Bongs as weapons.
Using bongs and wearing balaclavas. That's what they do. So the day comes for the robbery, and they're all hyped up. They're all excited. They're all like, it's going to turn us around. It's going to turn our fortune around. Everything's going to be great. So they make their way over to the dispensary. Now, they decided to go shortly after they close up. So they close up around like 10:30 at night. So they go to the dispensary around 11 p.m. Nobody's there. It's still, they still have lights on outside the building. They make their way to the entrance. They look inside. They can see inside the door. They see all sorts of stuff. See all sorts of canisters with all different kinds of labels and everything on it. There's coolers with, like you said, weed sodas and everything like that.
You need your weed pop right there.
Yeah, exactly. There's all sorts of stuff. So, like, we can get a lot out of here.
Hell yeah.
So Curly, of course, because he gets a little nervous, decides to take another hit from his bong before they get out of the car to do the robbery. He's just in the back. He's like, are you guys ready to do this?
Exhale. Okay, there you go. It's like supposed to be like 3 seconds, dude. Like, really not long.
So Curly feels good. They all get out of the car, and they're all just being very, very careful and methodical as they walk to the door. Once they get to the door, they all put their balaclavas on. Mo's able to pick the lock on the door.
Yeah.
To be able to get inside without tripping any alarms or anything like that.
Cool.
So they get inside. They start rummaging around, everything like that. But Curly has a bit of a problem. He can't. After he's been smoking weed for so long, he can't go that long without having more. So they're literally inside. So
he's addicted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're literally inside the dispensary. They're looking around, trying to figure out what they want to take. And then Curly's like, I gotta take another hit. And he takes another hit. He's like,
exhale.
And
It already smells like weed in here.
And this time, he forgets to exhale. And he ends up passing out and crashing into one of the glass cases.
And then the alarm goes off. Bleep, 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 bleep.
And then Larry just starts yelling, grab whatever you can. Grab whatever you can. So the case that they open, they just start grabbing everything out of there, everything possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever they can grab, any canister, anything like that.
Yes.
They end up grabbing a bunch of baggies. They end up grabbing some like cookies. They end up grabbing some brownies. And I think they end up taking like a weed soda or two.
Okay, for the road.
For the road, yeah. So they get what they can. They run out. They hop in the car and they drive away.
And as they drive away, the dispensary just bursts into flames.
What? Oh yeah, because Curly left his bong on the floor.
And he was gonna get married to his bong in like a couple weeks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, had a very strong connection.
Hang on, let's unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you marry an inanimate object?
Well, the bong was called Lisa, and I mean, there's a woman in like Scotland who married a ghost. So who married a pirate ghost?
Oh.
Why can't Larry Curly? I mean, marry his bong? Why can't?
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, a woman married herself. I think in like Japan or something like that.
Oh no, a woman married herself, then divorced herself in Seattle.
Oh, really?
She divorced herself because she cheated on herself.
Dear God.
Yeah. So and like I said, there's a woman in Scotland who got married to a fucking pirate ghost. You watch Vice? They did a Vice thing on it.
Oh, well, I missed that one.
Yeah, you did. And it's
But,
fucking interesting as shit.
So they're in the car. As they're driving away, they notice the dispensary just burst into flames.
Mm-hmm.
They all freak out, so they drive away faster. And then Larry's in the front. He's in the front seat driving. He's like, all right, what did we get away with? What did we get away with? And then Mo's going through the bag. He's like, we got a couple brownies, a couple cookies, a weed soda, and a couple baggies of stuff. Wait a minute. You look at the label on the front. It says high quality ground oregano.
And then there's a sticky note attached underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, gotcha, sucker. Because the dispensary knew that Curly was stealing from the dispensary. So they were like, let's get this fool one more time by exploding our business.
Yeah.
And getting him only oregano.
Yeah. Especially because the bong that they sold him was not meant to be married.
No, Lisa's not made for that.
Nah,
type of
she's
pleasure.
not. She's not marriage material.
Nah.
No. So the boys end up going back to the restaurant, oregano and weed cookies and brownies in hand. But they still decide, you know what? Let's take this oregano. Let's just see what we can do with it. Lo and behold, for some reason, since it's been in contact with so much THC inside of the dispensary,
Yeah.
the oregano still has a little bit of THC inside of it.
Just enough for a good high.
Just enough for a good high. So they end up incorporating the oregano into their sauce. Wouldn't you know it? People love it. People are like amazed by it. They're entranced by it. I mean, they get high from it, so that's why they're entranced by it. But yeah, they can't stop, and they keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And the boys realize, wow, we got a hit on our hands. So the boys make a deal with the dispensary. They get some of that good oregano that's in the store.
Mm-hmm.
And they give a cut of the profits to the dispensary.
Slowly, one by one, all of their competitors burst into flames.
Yeah. All of them seemingly with a similar start. A bong on the floor.
With the name scratched into it, Lisa.
Lisa had some friends. And Lisa left her mark in Pizza Town for years to come.
There's a little memorial for Lisa in Three Brothers Pizza.
Just a bong on a shelf with like a nameplate that just says Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
2018 to 2018.
The end.
The end.
Awesome.
Story about weed. It's always fun.
Yeah, especially when someone tells it who's never smoked it before.
Yep, I've never smoked weed before. But I hope you folks still enjoyed it. We try to still make it funny. That's what we do here. We make things funny.
We try.
We try our best to make things funny.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have anything to promote this week, to be perfectly honest. So you just want to roll right into the second story and not take a break?
Oh, let's get this on the road.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just keep this train a rolling.
Let's see what we can do with this, yo.
Yeah. So for those of you who maybe new to the show yet again, what we like to do in the second part of our episode is we like to go to this website called fantasynamegenerators.com. And on that website, they have a book title generator, which will generate random book titles based on certain genres and everything like that with random words and phrases. So what we're going to do is we'll spin on a couple genres, we'll look at some book titles, we'll pick a few that we like, and then ultimately choose one to tell the story behind. So for Lynn, can you give me the genre that you would like me to spin on first?
Comedy.
So humor. Humor is the category.
I said comedy.
Comedy. It's the same thing, basically.
No, it's not.
Pretty much the same thing.
No.
Close enough. So, all right.
Rude.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the stories that are at my door.
Oh my God.
All right. So here's the batch of stories for humor. The titles are Hunter During the Night, Horse
That's not funny.
Horse Affair, Queen with Stunts, Soldier in the Hallway, Knight and Boy, Friend and Chicken, Secrets Delusion, Fire from the River, Confusion of My Trick, and Charm of My Sister. Not using that last one.
What was it? Confusion of My Sister?
Charm of My Sister.
Charm of My Sister.
No.
Charm of My Sister.
I like Horse Affair or Queen with Stunts.
I like Horse Affair.
Horse Affair?
But also Charm My Sister.
No. It's not Charm My Sister. It's Charm of My Sister.
Well, you know what, Evan?
What? What did I...
Nobody asked you.
Okay. All right, what's the next genre you want me to spin on?
Kid.
Children's.
No, kid.
Children.
Kid.
Children is the genre.
Kid.
All right, 1,
I want you to
2,
spin on a kid.
4. No, I'm not doing that. All right, your titles are Pig in My School, Caterpillar of Magic, Girls of Sunshine, Cows of Yesterday, Little Birds and Owls, Babies and Puppies, Roof of Mysteries, Car of My House,
What?
Cooking with My New Clothes, and Celebrating with Fantasy.
Oh my God. I like Car of My House.
Car of My House. I also like Cooking with My New Clothes.
That is good.
Do you want to go with that one instead?
No, I want to
Okay.
do Car of My House.
Car of My House. Okay. And the final genre.
That love. That good love.
All right. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. All right, let's go. So the titles for this romance genre are True Love of My Imagination,
What?
Valentine of Love, Neighbors of the River, Colleagues of the South, True Loves and Darlings, Darlings and Assistants, Vision of Fond Memories, Restoration in the Night, Lonely Without the Husband, and Visiting the Wife.
I like Visiting the Wife.
Visiting the Wife. All right. So we've got 3 stories that we like, and the final 3 choices are Horse Affair, Car of My House, and Visiting the Wife.
All right. I like Horse Affair and Car of My House. Which one do you like more?
I like Horse Affair.
Should we go with Horse Affair?
Should we? I think we'll go with Horse Affair, but we'll try to make it very non-weird.
What do you mean? It's gonna be weird. I'll make it weird.
Okay, we'll make it weird. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first and last time, we present to you Horse Affair.
All Chestnut wanted was a love of his life. That's all he wanted. He had a good owner, but that wasn't enough. He wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
And Sally knew this.
So Chestnut, let's give a little background. Chestnut was this majestic stallion.
Because that's the only horse we know.
That's the only horse. Only horse.
Clydesdale.
Yeah.
I know Clydesdales.
Yeah, you know. Let's go to the Clydesdale. Chestnut is a majestic Clydesdale.
Okay.
He is a veteran of the Budweiser program.
He used to be part of the Budweiser Clydesdale.
Yeah, he used to be in the commercials. He was
He would when the Clydesdales would march through the streets, he would be there because you can I don't know, like in Pennsylvania, so like the Clydesdales come to Doylestown every year and march around. So like he was there in D-Town. Marching around.
Yep. And after being part of the Budweiser Clydesdales for a few years, being in a few Super Bowl commercials, he retired from that life. He got out of showbiz.
Because, like I said, his true goal was just to be loved.
Yeah, just to have love, just to be loved. But he realized he couldn't do that, He couldn't do that with, with the life he was currently in. So he had to leave the spotlight.
And he was adopted by a wonderful girl named Sally.
Mm-hmm.
Sally took very good care of Chestnut, but she knew deep down that he needed to get horse married.
So what do you need in order to get horse married?
Another horse, number one.
Nah, I would have thought a donkey.
No, it's not a horse.
Like, is there like do you have to get a license to like a horse marriage license?
Yes. You gotta ride the horses over to the courthouse.
You
bring them in. Make sure they don't poop anywhere.
Yeah, you actually have to walk them into a courtroom.
Yeah, clapping all around.
The judge has to be like, do you take this other horse to be your lawfully wedded wife?
And then the horse has to react in some way other than fucking the other horse.
You have to feed it a carrot, basically, to get it to just...
No, that's how they kiss. You give them the same carrot.
You put a carrot in between them.
No, it's like horizontally.
Oh.
And it's like Lady and the Tramp style. They have to meet in the middle.
It's just Lady and the Tramp.
Kind of thing.
And then do they consummate the marriage in the courtroom?
No, because nobody wants to see
Nobody does.
Fucking
that's horrifying.
Horse. It's just, I don't like that. No.
No.
That's at home.
They save that for the farm.
They have to clop all the way back home.
but they both wear but they clop like side by side, and you know how like
and like the lady horse has a pretty veil on, and the man horse he's got
man horse. The man horse gets a tie.
The man horse has a little boutonniere with a tie.
I wonder if the horse goes skinny tie or if he goes like normal tie.
It's really all dependent on like the kind of horse you have.
It's all about the horse personality.
I feel like if your horse is classy yet masculine, he's gonna go with the skinny. But if he's like straight up dude, it's gonna be thick tie and it's gonna be long, like his grandfather gave it to him, and his grandfather was like 12 feet tall. And you're like, why don't you know how to wear a tie?
What about horse monocles? Do you think a horse would wear a monocle?
If the horse was almost blind and in one eye, then yes, he would need a monocle.
No, I meant more so for the sophistication aspect of it.
Oh, well, no.
Do you think he would? Do you think he could wear an ascot, like a horse ascot?
If he so chooses.
Now, if it's a horse from Texas, would he wear a bolo tie?
If he wanted to.
Could the horse wear a cowboy hat to his own
wedding? If he wanted to. It's all up to the horse style. If the horse felt like he was a cowboy and could look after cows, he would wear a cowboy hat.
Horse style is the new fad now. Everybody's gonna be dressing like horses do.
That's the latest thing in Soho.
New York Fashion Week this year is all about horse style.
It's New York Fashion Week.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Oh shit.
You're welcome.
That was really good. That was really good. That got picked up on that microphone. Yeah, that was a fucking funny joke. Dear Lord. So I can't stop now. So yes.
All right, let's move on. New York Fashion Week is nothing to laugh about.
No. It's a
very
serious event with
making
a lot of
statements for horses all around the world.
Ralph Lauren, Vera Wang.
I can't come up with horse names for them.
I
don't know enough.
Yeah. So anyway, so Chestnut decided that it was time for him to get married. It's time for him to get horse married.
He's been ready since he was a tiny little pony.
Yep.
You know, and in the wall of his stable, it's just
pictures of other
very bad handwriting. It's just my wedding plans.
Yeah,
and plans is spelled with a Z,
and
it's
just
Z's backwards.
It's just pictures of other like female horses.
It's
just
other
all over
weddings. It's other horse weddings that like he saw in a newspaper and just ripped out.
The thing is, they're all just in the same courtroom with the same judge.
Right, and of course under every man horse. Under every man horse, he has like a little arrow and it says me, and it's definitely not him.
So he's going like full like
like what a 12-year-old girl would do.
Yeah, this horse is basically the Dennis Reynolds of horses.
Sure, man.
Just like completely fucked up in the head, just like
not fucked up in the head, but just so excited for a wedding.
Yeah,
just wants to get married.
Yeah. Okay.
So all Sally had to do was get another horse. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Get another horse.
For a 12-year-old girl. So after many months of begging from her mom, and her mom was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, horse weddings. What the fuck?
No, it's a thing. It's all over Instagram.
What's an Instagram?
You mean Horstagram? What's an Instagram? Lynn, it's a social media app.
What's a horse? You said Instagram.
Yeah, I said Instagram.
Yeah, I know, but as the mom, I'm saying, what's an Instagram?
Oh, you were in character. I missed that.
Do you see what I have to work with?
So, answering you, Mom, Instagram is a photo sharing platform with all sorts of trending photos. And you know what's trending now? Hashtag horse wedding.
What is trending and what is a hashtag? What do you mean, the pound sign?
Yes, the pound sign, Mom. It's called hashtag.
No, it's a pound sign.
So after 30 minutes of explaining to her mother what Instagram was and how all of it worked, she was finally like, yeah, all right.
Sally was also roped into making her mom an Instagram and then also following her mom on Instagram.
and then being in the first selfie her mom took to post on Instagram.
Right.
And then being tagged in said Instagram post.
Yeah. And then also just like...
Which then got liked by their grandmother, by her grandmother.
Who also somehow has
Instagram.
Who's like way more tech involved than the mom.
Mom lives on a farm, so that kind of makes sense.
Where does the grandma live?
She lives
downtown New York?
Yeah, she lives in the city. She was totally on board with the horse wedding because she's
down to clown with that shit.
I was trying to think of a horse thing, but
I'm not that good with I don't know enough about horses. Yeah. Down to clop?
There you go. Down to clop. She was hot to trot.
Hey! I like that one.
We just killed that. We just killed the audio right there.
You're the one that edits this now.
But yeah, the grandmother was cool with it because she's actually a fashion designer. So she was in town for New York Fashion Week.
That's right.
And she actually was like super excited to design clothes for Chestnut and his beautiful bride.
Caramel.
So yeah.
Or caramel, depending on where you're from.
So yes. So Sally's mom finally was like, fine, we'll get another horse. And they got a female horse, and they named her Caramel. Same thing. It's the same thing.
Caramel.
All right, fine. They named her Caramel. And Chestnut was enamored. Chestnut was like, yes, finally, I'm going to get married.
And so, in all of the horse weddings he had posted up in the stable, he started putting Caramel's name next to the horse ladies.
It's just poorly written in like crayon over like Polaroid
and like
pictures.
the E's are like backwards and shit. Like, just like he tried.
He tries. I mean, very, very smart.
He can spell.
So like
give him that.
Yeah, but Caramel was not as enthused.
She was like, I'm young and pretty and hot to trot. I want to be in New York Fashion Week.
Yeah, Caramel had other aspirations. She was just with Chestnut because Chestnut was a former star. She was
an athlete.
She is what would be classified in the horse world as a hay digger.
Wow, giving labels. She's just living her best life. She's living her truth.
And that truth is
living her truth.
God damn it.
Why am I so funny?
Are you happy with yourself?
I am.
Oh my God.
Don't give her labels.
Don't give her nabels.
Yeah, none of those either. She's allergic to those.
She's allergic to the glue on the back of it. That was bad. Anyway, so
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. There's a lot wrong with me.
Oh my God.
So yes. So Caramel is what we would consider a hay digger. She was into this for the money. She really didn't like Chestnut a whole lot. It was very much a one-sided relationship. Chestnut was super enamored with her, but Caramel was not as interested in him. But she still went along with it because she'll get a marriage out of it. She'll get famous.
It's what her horse mom always wanted.
Yeah. Her horse mom was very demanding.
Her horse mom just wanted her to live the best life while Caramel just wanted to live, her truth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
As the millennials, the earlier millennials would call it.
Yeah. So during the whole wedding planning process, Chestnut was very involved. He wanted to plan every single aspect. Every time the wedding planner came to the stable, he just pointed to the pictures that he had that he clipped out from all the magazines of all the weddings and just pointing to like different tuxedos and everything that he liked. and all that sort of
And
stuff.
the wedding planner would sigh and then like drop a tuxedo for the horse, and he would be like, moo. And then she would drop another one and be like, moo. And she'd be like, Chestnut, or what? Your Chestnut, right? Your girlfriend's Caramel? Okay, look. I only got so much for a horse, man. Normally horses don't even wear full tuxedos. You want a tail and everything. You already have a tail.
And then he points to a picture of a tie of just a dude in just a tie.
And she was like, why didn't you just say that before? And she goes out to her car and gets this giant fucking briefcase.
Yeah.
Pops it open, just ties everywhere.
And he's like,
She was like, all right, don't get horny yet. Wait for the big day, buddy.
And the whole time Caramel is just like, Caramel actually decided to just wander off during a lot of this. And during that time, she found another horse. She found another horse not far away on a different farm.
What was it? I named the other two. What's his name?
His name was
Sugar Cube.
No, his name was Butterfinger.
All right.
BF for short.
Or I like it. I like the BF because it's like her
Yeah.
BF.
Yeah.
You did not do that on purpose. But
Yeah, I
it's
did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
True.
I did. So yeah, so because Butterfinger actually lives on the adjacent farm, so like she went out to the edge of the farm, and just so happened to run into Butterfinger as he was out on his daily run.
So after Chestnut picked out his tie, he very badly wanted to show Caramel, and looked everywhere for her. But she was nowhere to be found because Caramel eloped with BF.
Oh, that same day.
That same day.
She hopped the fence, hopped over to Butterfinger's farm.
And they ran off and got horse married. And Chestnut was crushed. And so he started walking along the edge of that fence. You know, just wandering, waiting for Caramel to come back. No matter what Sally did, she could never bring Chestnut back over. He wore the tie every day in hopes that she would come back and they could just go get horse married right away. You know, one and done, get ready with this shit.
Yeah, wanted to be prepared.
He was always prepared. He was prepared since he was a little tiny pony. Almost called him a puppy. And then one day, the farmer got a new horse. Very pretty horse. She seemed a little shy. Her name was Blossom. And Blossom was a little hesitant at first. But Chestnut started bringing her portions of his carrot every day to kind of be like, things are okay. Here, have some carrot.
Yeah, Chestnut decided it was probably better for him to like lighten up and not be so like neurotic about everything.
Right. Like, you don't need to get horse married that day, dude.
Yeah.
Stopped wearing the tie. That seemed to help a little bit. Got rid of the rotten boutonniere on his chest. That seemed to help.
Yeah, because he had it there for like months.
Right. And then one day she came over and sniffed him, and they were friends.
Yeah.
Friends for quite some time. And then it all just kind of blossomed, as you will.
Hey.
Into something a little bit more.
Yeah. And then finally the day came. They decided. So Chestnut got down on one hoof and looked at Blossom and said, "Will you marry me? Will you make me the best horse husband I can possibly be?"
And she reared in excitement and said, "Yes, of course." With that level of enthusiasm.
Yes. Yes, of course.
And it only took them like 2 days.
Yeah. The wedding planner was like, "Well, I literally had everything from the last time we planned this."
And
so.
Blossom was like, "I love it," because it had no recollection of Caramel.
Yep.
Caramel had no part in that.
Yep. So they went to the courthouse, went to the judge. The judge was like, "This is my third horse wedding this week. Can we get this over with, please?"
Meanwhile, there's just poop everywhere because horses poop a lot. Let's get real. And it was over and done with. And they were married for many years. Many, many years. I mean, death do us part sort of thing. Chestnut and Blossom were clopping around town one day when they passed by Caramel, who's stuck with like 8 ponies and no BF around.
Butterfinger just knocked her up
and just fucking left.
Wow.
Mind you, knocked her up like 8 times. I'm pretty sure horses are not like a litter situation.
What an asshole.
And it was in that moment that Chestnut went Yeah, I made a good decision.
Yeah.
And clopped away happily, trotting with his love, Blossom.
The end.
The end.
That was a fun story. That was a cute story.
A little cute story.
That was a cute horse story. That was a lot of
cute
fun.
horse story.
Yeah. That was fun.
I don't know enough about horses.
Yeah, me neither. I just can't come up with the names. That's my problem. You came up with the good names.
It's so easy to come up with stupid horse names.
Yeah. I don't know why it took me so long to come up with Butterfinger. That was bad. That's my bad.
It's just, I don't know. Horses, I feel like, have really strange names.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take on it.
Yeah, agreed.
Never like a dog. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. Like, Bingo and Bongo, I guess not, but Bingo and Bongo were like the first cats that I owned with like strange names, I guess. Like, Onyx, I guess, is a strange cat name. I don't think so. But like my dog growing up, her name was Morgan.
Yeah.
My family dog now is Lexi. Like, we've always had normal names for our animals for the most part. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a fun episode this week, Lynn, I'll say.
Yeah.
Finally hit our 35th episode.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Moving on to episode 36. Let's keep this train moving. So for the people who want to find you on social media, where can they find you?
I am super simple. Go to Twitter and look for Ann Lynn, AYNNELNN. If I do anything on the internet, that's where it goes. I haven't done much in a while, but I still tweet from time to time.
Cool.
I have an Instagram, same thing. I don't really post there a lot, though.
Yeah.
I mostly like stalk other people on Instagram. Not in a creepy way.
I think that's what most people use it for.
But like, you know,
follow a bunch of accounts.
If like
you watch a lot of like soap cutting videos.
No, I don't. They just pop up on my... Okay, so when I go to explore, the first thing that pops up is slime and soap cutting.
Okay.
And I'm always like, why? And I think it's because I used to watch the silicone rolling things. Because I thought like mixing dye and silicone was an interesting thing.
Okay.
And I guess that kind of like turned into soap cutting and slime. And now I feel like a fucking child.
It's a little... It's
but like, I don't follow that.
I know. It's just every time I seem to look over, scrolling through Instagram, I just see like soap cutting videos.
All right, man.
It's just funny.
No, but like, I mean, I follow like Try Guys and shit.
Yeah.
And what's his face? Keith Habsburger.
Keith Habsburger, yes.
From Try Guys. His band is following me on Instagram. And
yeah.
I'm like, that's nice because I don't post anything on Instagram ever.
Yeah. So if at Louburger, if you're listening to this, you should.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddies.
If you're listening to this, hey.
You want to be on a podcast?
You want to be on our podcast? Yeah, that would be really cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because we're big fans of you, Keith. Keith.
You're a cool dude. I'll give you fried chicken.
Yeah.
If I send you a gift card for KFC, will you come on my show?
We'll just bribe them with
like $50. Like what can you get for $50 at KFC?
A lot.
Everything.
You can get 2 buckets.
Keith, you're a big guy. I know you like your chicken.
You're the bucket king of LA. We'll get you 2 buckets of chicken.
Please.
Yes. So yeah. As for me, if you want to find me on social media, you can find me on Twitter at E_Williamson93. I retweet a lot of funny memes. Today, what did I retweet yesterday? I retweeted the new Flyers mascot Gritty dancing to the song Pony by Genuine.
He's a pure boy. Leave him alone.
I've come around on Gritty quite a lot. I think the big problem I had with him at first was the terrible first photos they put out of him where it was like terrible lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked.
But he was great.
Yes.
I have liked Gritty from the start.
And now seeing him like in the crowd and on the ice and everything like that, perfect. I love it. I've turned around 100% on Gritty. So if you're not following Gritty, follow Gritty on Twitter at GrittyNHL. He's a good follow. He's very silly. He's already making fun of other teams' mascots. So
the city of Philadelphia needs to leave Gritty alone.
No, the city of Philadelphia loves Gritty now.
Now, good.
Yes,
good because
Philly.
I loved him from the start with his little googly eyes.
Philly is behind Gritty now, 100%.
We're just mean to people from the start, okay?
Yeah.
It's nothing against Philadelphians.
Yeah, we turn around.
We just don't know how to act around people, so we're just fucking rude.
Exactly. So. If you want to follow the show on Twitter, you can follow us on Twitter at readbetweencast. You can follow us on Instagram at readbetweencast. And you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/readbetweencast. The show can be found every Monday morning at 9 a.m. on Spotify, on Stitcher, on iTunes, on YouTube, on Google Podcasts, as well as our hosting service, Pinecast. Wherever you're listening to, make sure you give a rating. 5 stars would be great. Let us know how we're doing. It really helps for us to know how we're doing, and also helps us move up in those rankings, because rankings are key. Analytics are key.
Evan would know.
I would know. I'm always checking them. So yeah, make sure you tell a friend about the show. Make sure you share it with your friends, your family, your dog, your cat.
Make your cat listen.
Make your cat listen. Throw some earbuds in his ears. He's not going to mind.
He's not going to murder you.
He's not going to murder you.
Did we talk about Nostalgia Cops yet?
No, not yet.
We have another podcast called Nostalgia Cops.
Yes.
And anywhere you can find Read Between, you can find Nostalgia Cops.
Except YouTube.
Yes. I don't know if we're ever going to do that shit.
Yes.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. We have a brand new episode coming out this Friday, October 5th. Yes.
All about Kim Possible.
Yes, all about Kim Possible. We've been watching it. We're going to save our thoughts for that podcast, so make sure you tune in and listen to it.
Listen to it.
Yeah, listen to it. Go listen to our other 4 episodes we've done of that so far. We've done Dexter's Laboratory, we did Code Lyoko, we did Totally Spies, and we've done Hey Arnold. So that's 4 awesome podcasts worth of content for you to go check out. And that show airs the first Friday of every month at 9 a.m. Eastern. So look out for that this coming Friday. I think with that being said, I think that's all we're going to have for you today on Read Between. Lynn is giving me some weird faces right now. So
I am so tired.
She's tired. So I think we're going to go. We will check back in with you guys next Monday at 9 a.m. for a brand new episode of Read Between. So thank you for listening, and we will see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.